Mountain bike rider, and we are officially live tonight on Friday. Man, I haven't gone live, I feel like, for a while since my 10,000 subscriber update, which to me is crazy because I'm already over 12,500. Things have just been going nuts on the channel, to say the very least. It has been crazy. Anyway, I'm excited to hang out with you guys tonight and talk about this guy right here, my broken helmet, which I am not too stoked on that got broken, because this is the third helmet in such short time that has broken. Man, everybody's jumping in. Eric from BCPOV, what's up, Eric? Is like, man, look at those lights. I know, dude. I have these like professional looking lights. Hopefully the lighting looks good. Maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, well, I need some help. Maybe somebody who's better at lighting and videotaping and all that stuff will come help me soon, because guys, I need as much help as I can get. That's for sure. Anyway, as you guys are jumping on the chat, make sure you let me know that you're here. Just say, hey. I always love to know where you guys are watching from. So let me know the city or the state or the country, whatever you got. And we're going to be talking tonight about my recent broken helmet. I am going to be soliciting your super chats as much as I can. As you guys know, I do not do Patreon. And because of that, I ask for super chats so that you guys can help me just support the channel. And I'm going to talk about this thing right here and getting a new hardtail. So I will talk about my hardtail in a little bit. Eric says, a little overexposed. Eric, my videos are always overexposed, and it was really bad, and I pushed my lights back, and it's still bad, which, oh gosh, it's just kind of unfortunate. Maybe it's just how it is. Anyway, so yeah, people are letting me know where they're coming in from. Nelson, BC. Man, there's so many people already. I need to get my live stream figured out. I'm so new at this sometimes, guys. By the way, the drink of choice for me tonight is not my normal, which most of you know my normal drink of choice on a live stream is LaCroix. But tonight is brought to you by Bubbly. I wish they sponsored me. That would be great. Bubbly is basically like LaCroix. It just has a little more flavor, in my opinion, which I love. And of course, I'm drinking the grapefruit one, which looks extremely, feminine and girly, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just beautiful. So I'll just hold this up and drink it slowly as I see where you guys are coming from. I'm stoked to have you guys in here. All right, so wow, we've got people from Alberta, Mexico, New Zealand. James, good to see you, man. San Antonio, Texas, good to see you, Mike. Man, it's like probably what, 10:30 there. There's so many people on here already. You guys are awesome. Hey, do me a favor before we get started. Click that like button, that thumbs up down there. That lets the whole world know that all of us are hanging out, that they should jump in and have fun and watch some guy in his garage drink bubbly and talk about his fancy new lights. Man, my video stream really is overexposed, isn't it? Jonas D is from Nova Scotia. Wow, that's pretty awesome, dude. I love that. All right, Mountain Bike Rider Dies from Colorado. Somebody says Virginia. That's awesome. Cool. There's a ton of people. All right, so first, let's talk about my broken helmet, which, by the way, you may see something. There is, and I'm gonna make sure I show this properly. There, right here, is another one of these Bell Super 2s. And this is actually my third, this white and black one, is my third Bell Super 2. The first two I broke in an accident. The first one, I was at Galbraith. I was just going down the side of something, kind of just being dumb, just kind of doing my thing and jumping off a little too early, and busted that one. So basically, I fell over, landed on the back of it. It indented the helmet and broke the back. Then the last one, I probably only had for like 2 months, and I'll be honest, I don't know what happened in that accident. I just can't remember. Maybe it's because I hit my head so hard. And I had this helmet for a while, and it had been doing pretty dang well. Then the other day, I was out for a ride, and, well, I broke it. But here's my question to you guys. How do you think I broke this one? Do you think, let me think of 3 options. This is kind of like I'll do like 2 truths and a lie. One of these is real. The other 2 is fake, but let me think about it, okay? Okay, we'll start from like least serious to most serious. So, do you guys think I broke it because, 1, I fell off my bike doing jibs in the parking lot trying to impress my friends. 2, I was going too hot into a corner and didn't balance well and slid out. or 3, I was going on a big jump and I got a little wobbly on the takeoff, and it ended up I flipped sideways and cracked my helmet. So you think it was 1, 2, or 3? 1, jibbing in the parking lot like a dum-dum, which I do. 2, going too fast in a corner and sliding out, which I do. Or 3, going too fast into a big jump and being a little sketchy and falling pretty hard. Man, Downhill Dewey, thank you for the $5.47. He says, helmet fun. Dude, thank you. The more the merrier, as I do have a new helmet I'm going to show you guys I'm pretty stoked on, but man, helmets are expensive. So Eric from No Front Brakes is here. Good to see you, Eric. Eric thinks it was 3. I was getting a little sketchy into a jump. Arda, RM James, welcome, guys. Good to see you guys. Twitchy Nick as well. Twitchy, good to see you. Thinks it was a 3. Lots of 3s. Renard says a 2. We got some more 3s. People are talking about their bikes. We'll talk about bikes in a little bit. And then the Roos God says 1. Hashtag for the girls. Yeah, that's probably what's most likely. Option 2s. Once again, number 1 is I was jibbing in the parking lot, just being an idiot, cracked my helmet. Number 2, going into a corner too fast. Or number 3, too fast into a jump, got a little sketchy, ended up slamming my head. So, ooh, lots of things. And someone said, according to the end of your last video, 2 for sure. Which, if you guys haven't seen, I went mountain bike riding with a bunch of YouTubers from up in Canada. 2 of them just north of me. That's BCPOV, who was in here. I wonder if Eric is still in here. And Jordan Boostmaster, which most of you probably know. And then the Lone Ranger. And yes, I did fall in that video. I did probably hit my head. I think I did. But I did not break my helmet doing that. So it says 2.5 in between going too fast around a corner and going off a jump sketchy. Well, guess what? Stephen Henrich, you are actually kind of right. It is kind of a 2.5. The correct answer was number 2, though. I was going way too fast into a corner. It's on a trail at Gaworth called Das Autobahn. And there's this ending jump, which it's kind of odd because you have to really pin it and hit it hard around a corner that's not very big. So you have to press into it. And the jump, right as you're taking off, you feel like you're going way too slow. And so I went around the corner just a little too fast, leaning too far forward, slipped out and just slammed the front left corner of my helmet, which there's a bunch of scratches on here. I don't know if you can actually see it. And it's this part of the helmet that got hit really hard. Ended up, there's a crack on the inside. I could try to show you. It's just a pain in the butt to do. And so another helmet that's toast. So I've got one on the back left panel, one on like the top quarter, and then this one on the front. So it is time, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I'm just lying. Most of you are dudes. It's time, my dudes and dudettes, to retire the 3rd helmet. Now, I'll still use this from time to time, just like messing around in my parking lot. But I put all my helmet archives up here, so we'll set it here for now. And that helmet is in the graveyard of helmets. So that's how I broke it. As people were saying, oof, yeah. It's for me, man, and Eric will tell you from BCPOV, I fell right in front of him and all the other YouTubers, and it's never me doing anything crazy. It's me just being me and being a goofball, and I fell super hard in front of him, and so that's kind of what I did on this as well. Anyway, so my helmet's broke, and the big bummer is now I had to buy a new helmet. And some of you, if you've been in an accident with a helmet, make sure you buy a new one. And someone says, give it away. No, I'm not giving away my broken helmet. Anyway, so I bought a new one. And how many of you have bought helmets recently? I'll say within the last like 3-4 months. Actually, I'll say within the last year. And I got a $1 mic drop from Bob's Brains. Thanks, Bob, dude, protecting my brains. How many of you bought a helmet with the last year? What one did you buy? And did the price tag hurt you a little bit? Man, helmets are expensive for good ones, which is a bummer. Eric is watching back the footage from my fall in front of him. He says, I still don't know what you did. Eric, that's me and you both, man. I have no idea. And Eric from No Front Brakes says, will it blend? By the way, 2 awesome channels, if you guys have not checked out, is No Front Brakes, which is Eric down in Texas. Eric has a prosthetic arm, so he rides with one arm, hence the No Front Brakes. Great channel. And BCPOV, man, Eric up north, and it is in British Columbia in Canada. He has way better high-quality point-of-view footage. He's awesome, so you should check him out. Hey, Ty, how's it going, man? Good to see you. All right, so people are saying looking for a new helmet. Currently, got to change the helmet after every crash. Yes, you do, Pedal Paradise. That is the truth. And someone says, yes, it was $100 and it was a Cali. Cali's a great helmet though. Someone said, I just got a new Bell Super 2R limited edition Boba Fett. Eli, if you have a Boba Fett helmet, dude, you've got to donate it to me because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Not as much as Eric from No Front Breaks, but I love Star Wars. So $100, yeah, that's steep, right? People are saying my dad got me, Kent's like, my dad got me a helmet from Fred Meyer for $40. Yeah, that'll protect you. Maybe not as much as some other helmets, but that's good. Someone says he thought it was the same as the Super 3. Oh, it was. You can't buy Bell Super 3s at the store, Kent, but maybe your dad thought it was. Other people, Eric's got a Smith Rover and a Forefront. Smith is a great helmet as well. Someone wants to know what the story is of the antlers behind me. Ooh, we're gonna have to save that. I think it's behind this corner. We'll have to save that for another chat. And Eric has no full face, so he says, Callie, here I come. Anyway, so the helmet I got, I've had 3 Bells. All 3 of them, I've hit my head super hard, and I've never had a problem. I haven't had a concussion. I got a ton of concussions in high school playing football and doing other stuff. So I thought, man, I really feel like I should stick with Bell. So the helmet I got to replace the one I did, I went over to Fanatic Bike Company. As you guys know, Fanatic. This company called Fanana. No, I'm just kidding. Fanatic in Bellingham, Washington is my local bike shop. Headed over there and checked out a bunch of helmets. I tried on the Bell helmet they had. Tried on the Giro. I never know how to say that, right? There's like Euro is like the sandwich you eat. Giro is this bike company. Anyway, I tried on their Switchblade, which covers your ears, which made me feel like I couldn't hear as well, but looked awesome. But I landed on another Bell helmet. And what I got was, it's probably not going to look that cool in this shot, but I'll show you anyway. I got another Bell Super, but it is not the Super 2. It is not the Super 3. It is not the Super 4. Hey, they don't have that yet. It is the Bell Super DH. And not just that, it is the Fast Housed Edition. So it's built for good times, as you can see. And it is a black, orange, and green helmet, which matches one of my flannels super well. And the reason I got the helmet was, well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one is it's a Bell Super, and they've always done great for me. They fit really well to my head for my shape. I don't know what head shape I have, so don't ask me. They have protected me in 3 crashes now without concussions, which that alone made me want to buy them. And this one is the Bell Super DH. And the DH stands for don't hit your head. No, just kidding. It stands for downhill because it is downhill certified. And so it is not downhill certified like this, but it comes with a chin strap attachment, which you just throw in here, and with a couple of flips of switches, which I'm not going to do on camera, dudes, because I'll fail miserably, you've got a full face downhill certified helmet, which will be great for laps up at Whistler. And it just looks awesome. I love the orange on one side and green on the other. Probably not going to match half the stuff I wear, but it's just a great helmet. So downhill super certified, has a detachable chin bar, which I'm stoked for like enduros and stuff. And it's just a great looking helmet that I know is going to protect me. So that's what I went with. So to all 72 of you watching this, here's what I will ask. Number one, please give this video a like so other people will see it, which I think is awesome. And number two, if you guys have an extra $1 or $2 or $5, any super chats you go tonight are just going to go to the helmet I bought. And really what you're doing is you're just supporting a guy making YouTube videos you guys love to watch. And really you're supporting my noggin, which I know there's not much in there to protect, but what's in there we do want to keep protected. So any money you get goes right to this helmet. And these things retail, do I look ridiculous? I feel ridiculous. I'm going to tell you, these things retail are $300, which is a ton of money. But what I'm paying for is the downhill certification, and I'm paying for a helmet I know is going to protect my head. And I know it's a lot, and I know other helmets like the Giro I tried on was like $250. They're steep, but a good helmet is always worth it. One that you want to wear, that ventilates super well, that looks great. So any help you guys can throw in is a huge bonus, and thank you to guys for that. So anyway, tonight's going to be about this. I'll throw this up here on the topo. Hopefully you can see this back here. I think you can on the seat. Watch my luck, and I drop my brand new helmet. I'll put it around the strap so it can't drop just a little bit, but not too far. Perfect. Good. So I'm super stoked on that. Super, super stoked. Miles says I look ridiculous. Miles, I look exactly like I need to look like. Where's my bubbly? All right, guys. Anyway, so let's jump in. Any questions you guys got for me? I've just been talking for a lot. I haven't talked to you guys. So let me know what questions you guys have, what updates you want on my life or what's going on with me. I've got a couple of super awesome videos coming up that I'm stoked about, and I think you guys will be stoked about too. But yeah, let me know, and I'm just going to see who else is in here and say hi to a couple of you guys while you jump in with questions. Canadian mountain bike, downhill bike, 2018. Canadian mountain bike, I would love a downhill bike, dude. Not going to happen, though. I just not a downhill guy. Sorry, man. Kent got a $30 action camera. Kent, I'm curious how that is. I just got a cheap one recently that I'm going to be testing for a video. Eric says, you know you live in the PNW when you match your gear to your flannels. Eric, I have so many flannels. It's ridiculous. People comment all the time on my videos like, man, Daily Mountain Bike Rider Josh, you have so many flannels. Somebody says, what budget bike do you recommend? We'll talk about that. I've actually made a video on it, and I'm getting a new budget hardtail. Bob's Brains, $5 more. Thank you, sir. He says, love your work. Keep it up. And what brand mountain bike is the blue one sitting behind you? This bike, Mr. Bob's Brains, is a 2018 Evil Reckoning, which I absolutely love. 160 millimeter travel 29er. It's just been a hoot to have, man. And I'm going to be racing this in my first enduro a week from tomorrow, which I'm pretty stoked on. And Noah says it's the Evil Calling. It is not the Evil Calling. Everybody is like, Josh, why did you copy Phil Metz bikes? Now, I did buy the Tokel because Phil Metz is an awesome guy who bought it. But this could not be further different from what Phil has. Phil has a short travel 27.5 Evil called the Calling. I think it has 120 millimeters of travel in the rear and 130 up front stock. This has 160 front and rear, and it's a 29er. They're two completely different beasts and completely different colors. So no, it is not a Calling. Yes, Calvin, I am doing the Chuckanut Enduro, which I'm pretty stoked on. Jonas says, would I get a Kona Cinder cone? I got one, and I haven't snapped the head tube yet. Jonas, I think you've asked me that a couple times, or maybe a couple other people have. Yeah, they look like great bikes, man. Someone says Nuke Proof is good. Sam Hill is racing it. It is good. Mountain Bike Ride or Die. And let's see what other people said. Someone said you should make your own helmet for under $1 trillion billion. Miles, great idea. What's my dream bike? Ooh, Paxton, we should talk about that because my dream bike does not exist yet, but I do have a dream bike. Someone says, what's your favorite type of grass? Mountain Goat. Good to see you, man. You always make me laugh. And my favorite type of grass would have to be, probably North American green grass. Does that narrow it down for you? What day is my enduro? It's a week from tomorrow. So it's Saturday, what, April 21st? April 20th? Something like that. TN Mountain Biker, peace out, man. See you later. All right, so let's talk about bikes for a little bit. Guys, as you may or may not know, will be selling the Tokel. And I know what you're going to say. Some of you are going to say, oh, can I please buy it? I'd love to buy the Tokel. Sell it to me, Josh. You should do a giveaway. Okay, I'm selling it because I need to fund my next hardtail, which I'm super stoked about, and I want to talk to you guys about what I'm getting. Now, I can't tell you exactly what I'm getting for certain reasons, mainly because, one, I don't want you to know, and two, it is not currently out yet, but will be coming out soon. But I am going to be selling the Tokel. Hey, it's Jeff Lanowski. Good to see you, Jeff. He says, good luck, dude. Thank you. And someone at the Mount Good says, love the channel. You have a great sense of humor. Thank you, man. But yeah, I'm going to be selling the Tokel and to fund the new bike. And I'm been super up in the air on my new hardtail. Yes, I am getting a hardtail. Yes, I'm getting a budget hardtail. First, let me talk about why I'm selling the Tokel. I'm not selling the Tokel because there's anything wrong with it. If you guys have seen this bike, people ask me about it more than any other. And the number one question I get is, Josh, where can I buy this bike? And that's honestly the primary reason I'm selling it, is because I feel like I'm kind of like a friend next door who can encourage you guys to buy like great hardtails out there. And I made a video about great budget hardtails, and this is not one you can buy. Rowley stopped making budget hardtails. So I have this great bike, great geometry, awesome just frame and everything, and people want to know where they can get it and they can't. So anyway, I'm going to buy another budget hardtail that is available on the market for everybody to buy. And Jordan, what cheap bike do you recommend? Jordan, good to see you, my friend. I have another video called 5 cheap aggressive hardtails you should buy. And somebody says, how did you find the Plus tires? I went to Fanatic and they had them. But anyway, the main reason I'm selling it is because they don't have it available for viewers like you. And I want to buy a bike that is a 2018 that has very similar geometry, but is a little different in a couple of ways. The big thing is I want to get a new bike, and here's what I'm debating. I'm debating tire size. There's 3 main tire sizes: 27.5, 27.5 Plus, which the Toggle has, and 29ers, which I have on my reckoning and love. But the real question is, what one should I buy, or what one do you guys think I'm going to buy? Let me know which one you think I'm going to buy. Maybe the most votes I'll buy, maybe not. But what do you think? Do you think I like the 27.5 Plus? Think I'm tired of it? Let me know. Let me know. Arta says, what's my budget? Arta, I'm all about being kind of cheap to my core. So I would like to spend, I would say $1,000 US, knowing I can upgrade it for a couple of dollars. Someone says, can I hit big jumps with an aluminum entry-level hardtail? Please answer. If you watch any of my point of view videos, especially the ones I'm on the hardtail, you will know absolutely yes, you can. Nicholas says 29er. Harry says 29er. Good to see you guys. 29s for life. 27.5. Aaron says 24. Aaron, if I was getting a dirt jumper, I might consider a 24. Someone's like, dude, you gotta go. Andreas, dude, you gotta go 29ers. Ooh, so many people 27.5 Plus get a sick 31er. Dude, that would be awesome. No, Eric from No Front Brakes. I'm not getting a salsa. I kind of wish I was. JF Rides, another great channel you guys should definitely go check out is James from JF Rides. James, I'm going to make you a moderator so people know you're pretty awesome. He says a Huffy Cruiser. That's what I'm getting, a 26er. So the truth is, first let me say, Outdoor Gold, RC, great to see you, man. Nice part of 29ers is that you can streamline parts and tires between both bikes. Very, very true. Let me say this, though. Number one, for my full suspension bikes, I think I'm always going to stick with 29ers. I love 29-inch tires. I have a weird love affair with them. Every time I jump on a 27.5, I enjoy it. But there's something about 29ers that I love, man. So I'm sticking with 29ers for my full suspension bikes. But for hardtails, I'm debating between 27.5 Plus and 27.5. And here's the big reasons for both. Number one, 27.5 Plus is what I'm running right now. And the nice thing is, it kind of deadens the trail. It creates a little bit of just give in the front and rear tires, essentially creating more suspension. If you think about on a car, if you've ever seen the cars with the really big rims and the really small tires on the rims, those have more of like a rockier feel, right? They're not as plush, but like a Cadillac Escalade, right, from back in the day, like looking awesome, had like these huge tires on them to create more comfort. So the bigger the tire, the more comfort, the less you feel rocks and other things, and that's kind of what I've had. So there's a huge benefit in that. But looking at a 27.5 bike, you can take that to a dirt jump park, you can take that off jumps, and you're gonna have a little more lively of a bike. You're gonna be maybe a little more sketched out at higher speeds on a 27.5 hardtail. It's fine on a full suspension, but it is, I don't know, there's something about it that just, I've said in one of my videos, like basically, I feel like it's like what true mountain biking is about, right? Like it's like you and a bike with not a ton of travel, you're feeling the trail, it's super responsive, and there's something super nice about it. So what I'm going to get is, drum roll please, while I sip this bubbly once again, please sponsor me, I drink so much flavored water. Is since I've been running a 27.5 Plus bike for so long, I am going to sell the Tokol, and my new bike is going to be a 29, no, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a 27.5 bike. I have a 29er. I have had the 27.5 Plus hardtail, and I really just want a 27.5 normal bike. Now, I'm going to see how big of tires I can throw in there. My hope would be, and I know for the fork already, I can do up to, I think, 2.8s. I'm looking to put on like a 2.6 tires on the front and the rear. Gives a little bit of plush in there, but it also is pretty true to 27.5s. But the reason being is I really want a bike that I can take to the dirt jumps. I really want a bike that I can take on some bigger just real dirt jump style jumps. And also, I just want to get back to a smaller tire with less plushness to really feel how my trails feel. And the coolest thing is people are like, you got me. The coolest thing is every time I ride my hardtail after I've ridden my full suspension a lot, I feel like I'm a noob of a rider again. I feel like I have to relearn how to ride trails and do jumps. And every time I get back on my full suspension after riding my hardtail for a while, I just feel like my skills just get exponentially better. And so the 27.5 tires, I know are going to help me be a better rider overall. So that's why I'm going that. People say, like Tony says, bigger wheels equal a higher bottom bracket, higher chains center of gravity, and slower in corners. That is true, but it is more comforting going over rocky terrain. So anyway, I will be going for a 27.5 bike, hardtail, entry level. Things that I look for when I buy a entry-level hardtail bike, which some of you know this already, is I look for really good geometry that has the fork that's a little more forked out, creates stability, and it's called an aggressive hardtail. I look for a 1x11 drivetrain. I love a dropper seat post on a new hardtail. And besides that, I love a good fork that can handle a lot. Now, most budget hardtails don't come with great forks. They come with 32mm stanchions like the RockShox Recon, the Judy Gold, the Suntour. Oh, I forgot what it was called. Forgive me, dudes. But I'm probably going to switch out the fork first thing on the new bike I buy. I have connected with PNW components for dropper posts and handlebars, which I will probably swap out. And last but not least, I will probably swap out the brakes on whatever bike I get because I love, oh, Lord, I love Shimano brakes. There's something about them, right? You pull them and your bike actually stops. And I don't know why I'm talking in a Southern accent. I'll just keep going, though. Your bike actually stops, and you don't have to worry about the brake squeal all the time. Man, I love Shimano brakes, so I'll be throwing Shimano brakes on there, too. So basically, the cool thing is, from what I said, I want to add a dropper seat post, different bars cockpit, a different fork, and my favorite brakes. And depending on the tires, add Maxxis Minion, DHF on the front, and DHR2 on the back, because that's what everybody here in the PNW rides. Basically, I can take any bike frame that has really decent geometry and make a bike that's going to shred. So what bike do you guys think I'm going to get? Now, I've done a ton of research, and there's a lot of bikes that I really would love to try before buying. But I already know what I'm going to get. I've already talked it out with the company. They're willing to work with me, which is pretty phenomenal. So what do you guys think it is? Jumping in, Minimal52 says maybe it is a Norco Fluid or a Torrent. The Norco Torrent that's a sweet hardtail, man. They have some great builds, and they're a little more expensive, but they are a local Canadian company to me, and they're pretty awesome. Somebody says go for a Specialized. They're really nice. Specialized do have really good prices. It is not a Canyon Spectral because that's a full suspension bike. Joe from Trail Features says, I feel like I just joined in at an odd time. Joe, yes, you did, but welcome in, my friend. Ooh, someone says a Diamondback Mason. The Masons now are all 27.5 plus, so it is not a Mason. Mike Perel says a Norco Torrent hardtail, also a good guess. Crow Meg Stylus. I don't know if I'm as cool as Joe from Trail Features. Another, yet again, great channel to check out to get a Crow Meg, but Crow Meg make awesome bikes. The Vita Center is a great bike for the price. The Chameleon, the Trek Roscoe 8. Man, you guys have watched my videos. And someone says Shram Brakes. This is a Grateful Hiker. Says Shram Brakes, let them know you're coming. Yes, you do. Gosh, have you checked out an Avanti bike? Those aren't available to me, Jack. Sorry, man. The new Commensal Meta Hardtail. Ooh, and somebody said, are you buying local or online? Gosh, I feel like if I tell you that answer, it would give it away. I can tell you, oh gosh, this is really difficult. I will say this. I am supporting a local company. Yeah, I'll say I'm supporting a local company. That's what I'll say. Every bike you can get basically online or through a bike shop. But yes, I am supporting a company that is pretty local. So Commensal is out of the picture. Trek is out of the picture. Specialized. That leads only a couple of companies. And I'm really curious if you guys know which companies are local to me up here in Washington State in the United States. And once again, I said the bike isn't out yet, but it has 27.5 tires, is an aggressive hardtail, and will be sick. Someone says a Scout 27.5. That's a full suspension bike, so it's not that. Ooh, Ty says the Kona Hanzo. Kona is based out of the Bellingham area. Interesting. Someone says a Wrigley, Marvel, Piglet, or Bop. There's the Big Wig as well. Those are great bikes. Not that though. Ooh, I keep saying Kona Hanzo. Joe from Trail Feature says the Kona Hanzo. Ooh, Joe Lynn says the Transition Throttle. I think he says, or that he put Thuddle. I don't think that's a word, but those are phenomenal hardtails. Somebody says Evil, Renard. Evil doesn't make hardtails. They make like a commuter bike. I think they make a dirt jump bike, but they don't make hardtails. Diamondback is based in Kent, Washington, says the man named Kent. That's very true. So you guys have narrowed down a couple of brands. Norco, Diamondback, Kona, Transition. There might be another brand that's local that makes an aggressive hardtail you guys are missing. But hey, let me go on and tell you guys something else that I'm pretty stoked about. I almost have 100 people in here. Welcome to all you guys. I know I have a ton of people who've jumped on the Daily Mountain Bike Rider bandwagon in the last couple of months. Welcome. I'm so stoked to have you guys. My channel is all about giving back to you guys. So one thing about that is you'll notice currently I don't have a Patreon link. Patreon is where basically you can donate $1 a month or $3 a month or $5 and support your creators so they keep making more content for you guys. I haven't jumped in that territory yet. I'm still not quite sure. I'd love to hear if you guys think I should do that or not. But until then, I rely a ton on super chats. My video of the tubeless tire torture test was actually funded by people like you guys. People who gave super chats. One night I made like $70, which was awesome. So any super chat you guys give goes right back into the channel. Any super chats tonight go towards my new helmet, as you can see over here. Here's the chin bar, which I'll wear right now on my head. I'm sure that looks awesome. Any super chats you guys give tonight will go towards my new helmet that I purchased and my next big video that I think you guys are really going to enjoy, especially if you really enjoyed the tubeless tire torture test. So I encourage you guys to give those super chats, and we are going to keep talking about bikes because that's what we're talking about tonight in my upcoming hardtail. But somebody says, I thought Rocky Mountain was in Canada. They are, my sir friend. Someone says the Canfield EPO. Canfield is a bike company in Bellingham, which is awesome. Someone says Banshee bikes. Those aren't local. Santa Cruz Camellia is a great bike, but it's not local. A lot of Rocky Mountain peoples. And other things. And then Andreas says, what is your full-time job? Somebody in the chat, let him know what my full-time job is. And I'll give you a hint. If you know it, please don't let him know what it is. Ty says an FBI agent. Someone says nice crown. Dude, isn't this a nice crown? I'll wear this. I'll be the Bell Super crown. That's pretty cool. Ooh, Ghost. Ghost is by REI. REI is a local company. Sorry, Ghost is not by them. Ghost is a German brand, but that would technically be buying local. And people are saying, Drew Wagner, good to see you, Drew. He said, yes, you should give super chats. But I would love any super chats you guys could give. I feel like I'm a beggar sometimes, but it just helps the channel, man. It's awesome. I think they're all made in Asia, just assembled in, not Asia, Tony. They're made in Taiwan. And yes, China as well. And Taiwan is technically Asia. So yes, you are correct, Tony. What helmet is this? This is the new Bell Super DH. This is not the whole thing. Don't worry. This is just the chin bar. And it is back there. Ooh, Fox or RockShox? That's a really good question. Eric thinks I'm a local weatherman. And tonight's weather is up in, sorry, I'm in Bellingham. I have to act like I'm a local weatherman in Bellingham, not Seattle. In Bellingham, looks like a high of 43 degrees with a low of 32 degrees tonight. We have some high pressure precipitation coming up from our south, which means rain showers and over an inch of precipitation in the next 24 hours. Back to you, Tanya. Could I be a weatherman? That's pretty good, man. Somebody says, when are you getting your new hardtail? That's Harry. Good to see you, Harry. I'm getting my new hardtail. I should have it within the next month for sure. Right now, I will know when it is coming in a week, in a couple days. So in a week, in a couple days, I'll know for sure. So somebody asked a really, really good question, and that is, do I prefer RockShox or Fox? Now, if you look at my bike, I have a 2018 RockShox Yari on the Tokel, which I don't know if I'm going to sell the Yari on the Tokel. And behind me, someone says, yes, definitely Weatherman. I have a RockShox Lyric on my Evo Reckoning. So which one do I prefer? I prefer the both. That's the truth. I think both companies do a couple of shocks and forks really, really well. So because of that, I don't just put myself into one category as loving RockShox or Fox. By the way, RC from Outdoor Gold says, Outdoor Gold RC is making great videos. Go give him a subscribe, guys, if you haven't yet. He says, today's forecast for Bellingham is rain and tomorrow rain and the next day is rain. Bellingham is the easiest place to be a weatherman because RC, you're right, dude. $300,000 a year to guess the weather? Yes, please, says JF. Do you have any sponsorships or are you seeking any? No, I'm not sponsored by any means. People who are sponsored get paid by a company to make videos or just get paid a paycheck in order to use equipment for free. I am an ambassador for companies. Ambassadors is more like a partnership, right? It'd be like your friends saying they're starting a business and they want you to be an ambassador. So you pay money for some stuff. Maybe they'll give you some free stuff, but you're not in any way, your job is not dependent on them. In all my connections, I let them know I'm pretty open to being honest about their products. I can drop them at any point. They can drop me at any point. It's much more of a friendship partnership. So I am an ambassador for Tasco Mountain Biking, which is my gloves and socks and apparel. I am also an ambassador for Fanatic Bike Company, which is my local bike shop, which, man, those guys have gone above and beyond to help me out in so many ways. I'm an ambassador also for most recently PNW Components, which is the dropper post on my full suspension bike. I did not throw the 170 millimeter dropper post they gave me for my Hardtail yet because I'm saving it for the new one. But they're an awesome components company down in the Seattle area, which is great to partner with. And All Mountain Styles sent me some stuff. I'm not officially an ambassador, but they're a company that is a pretty great company too. So, all right, let's see. Any other questions? Miles says I should start a new channel called Daily Weatherman, and I would give a daily weather report just like RC from Outdoor Gold said. By the way, welcome to all 103 of you in the chat. If you haven't not yet, please be sure to click that like button. Helps me out, helps everybody else know to jump in here and have fun talking with us. His is, and Mr. Rowan says, BKXC, his is Joe from Trek here. Yeah, this is Joe from Trek here. I work for Trek. No, I don't. Funny, I met somebody whose significant other works for Trek, and they live in the Bellingham area, which is funny because if you know Bellingham at all, you know to work for a company like Specialized or Trek is like, oh, dude, you work for the man? I can't believe it. Nothing wrong with those companies, just we're all about small town. And Joe from Trail Features is saying he loves the the PNW Rainier, which is the dropper post on my Evil Reckoning and soon to be the dropper post on my new Hardtail. Nate says, do I like hardtails or more full suspensions more? It's both, man. I like them both. Okay, back to the question. Back to the question of suspension. Yeah, so RockShox versus Fox. I think if you just put yourself in one category, you miss out on the greater good of what the companies are making. Here's what I will say. When it comes to forks, I have been extremely impressed with RockShox. The first RockShox I had was an XC30 on my, 2015 Giant stance. And for a 30 millimeter stanchion, I jumped that thing off a bunch of the jumps I do now, and it held up great. So I love RockShox. That's why I have a Yari. That's why I have a Lyric. My Evil came with it, which I loved. I had to buy the Yari secondhand for the rally, and I intentionally looked for a Yari because 1, it's a low price point, 2, it's a super strong fork, and 3, it's just a great fork. Now, Fox also makes great forks, and it's really funny that you should mention that because some of their greatest forks they've made, I believe, and some of their mechanics will tell you as well, is the Fox 34 and the Fox 36 Performance that has a grip, not air dampener. It is a grip dampener on it. They have had the Fit 4 dampener, but the grip dampener is easier to service. It's more adjustable, and so that has been a great fork. The Fit 4, there's nothing wrong with those in the Fox 36 and the 34s and everything else they have, but they just announced their new 2019 Fox Grip 2, which basically is taking the technology of the grip, which was kind of known it was like the better technology, and making it into a better all-around, more supple fork. And all the reviews are saying it's phenomenal. So I'm sure that fork is great. When it comes to the rear shocks, I do not like the Monarch Plus that is on my Evil Reckoning. If I could change anything, I would put a Fox Float X2 on that, or a Fox DPS 2, or a RockShox Super Deluxe. I hate the one that's on there. And I think my favorite rear shock right now is probably the DPX2. I have heard there's some issues with them, but they are pretty phenomenal rear shocks. Also, I really enjoy the Super Deluxes from RockShox. So I love both companies. Both have so much good stuff to offer. And I think if you just pick one or the other, you miss out on a couple of really good characteristics of the others. JF Wright says spring forks rule. They do for downhill, they do for certain things, but not a ton. And Outdoor Gold, RC says, MRP ribbon in stage for me. I have a 36.2 and it's great. Yeah, MRP is, if I'm honest, they're really nice. I tried a ribbon when I was in Georgia, but they are just a little too techie for me. I'm not the I would say I'm not the brightest guy on a mountain bike, and I don't nerd out a ton over chainstay lengths and overall like wheelbases of bikes because I just love the way things feel. And with RockShox, I can set up the PSI, I can change how many volume spacers are in there, I can get it set in with Fox 2, and they work fine. Setting up the negative PSI, air chamber, and the positive on the MRP, I feel like it's over my head. I feel like I would just tinker with it all the time and never find something that works. Maybe I'm ignorant in that, probably, but I don't know, man. I'm just a simple man myself. Is SR Suntour or okay? Yeah, Suntours are fine. They're a little more entry level. They have 32 millimeter stanchions, but they're fine forks. Nothing wrong with them. And in Zachary Toon, dude, he says just ride. Who cares what you have? To be honest, dude, that's so true. Ride your bike, man. I've seen people on all sorts of stuff, good and bad, and they can shred. And it's all about using what you can to rip. Someone says, where do I find a replacement? I need it soon so I can go online and do. Most local bike shops carry any assortment of them. Thanks in advance. Nolan, for your derailleur hanger. Ooh, Nolan, derailleur hangers are really tough. You've got to go straight to the person who makes your bike company. Those are super specific. Very few companies just use like the same derailleur hanger. They create a bike design and then they create their own one. So you've got to go straight to the consumer. People are saying Cannondale Lefty. Those are great for cross country, not great for enduro, which is what I do. And people say I love my DVO. DVO is great too. Haven't had as much time on them, so I can't speak about them, but they are great. And RC says, excellent points. The MRP is pretty complicated, and I've yet to find the sweet spot because my riding changes all the time. RC, me and you would get along, man, because I have the same way. Joseph Carter, $5 super chat. Are you happy with the Evil? Climbing? Leaning towards that over the new Ibis Ripmo. Could you give me any thoughts? Joseph, gosh, great questions. Am I happy with the Evil Reckoning? Absolutely. I think it is hands down one of the best long travel 29ers on the market. I would also put in one of the best long travel 29ers. I'm not shy to tell people what I love, is the Santa Cruz Hightower LT. That bike's phenomenal. The Ripmo, from what I've heard, everybody is saying it's up there, if not higher. So, man, what would I pick? I haven't demoed the Ripmo. I've been lovingly begging Fanatic to hurry up and get their demo together so I can go demo it. They said it should be done in the next couple days. Man, I would say you have to try it first. I'm not going to tell you which bike to get. I think both are phenomenal. Jeff Kennelweed has been riding the Ripmo for a while and raves by it. Jeff is also sponsored by Ibis, so he's probably a little more biased in his opinion, but it's hard not to be biased on a bike that's just downright good, and the Ripmo looks great. So, man, I love my Reckoning. Would I just drop it if the Ripmo was everything I thought it was going to be? No, I wouldn't, because I'm going to be selling the Evil this year for sure and buying another full suspension bike, and I won't be buying as long of a 29er. Oh, I'm opening too many doors. You guys are going to ask me 1,000 questions about that. I'm just talking about hardtails. All right, cool. We got another super chat. Bbro21, new to mountain biking. Your videos help a ton. Thank you. Bbro, thank you, man. That means a ton. Even just a $2 super chat is the world to me, man. So thank you so much. Eric from No Front Break says, the Ripmo is so sexy. You know, oh gosh, people say that word, right? Like, oh, that bike's so sexy. It's so good looking. I personally only think a couple of bikes look like super good. I love Evil's designs. I'm super biased, right? But I think their rear suspension design just looks really, really good. I don't love the way Ibis's look. I have never loved that cross support, even though the Ritmo doesn't have it. But yes, it does look good. It is a good looking bike. I don't think it's the best looking bike on the market by any means, though. Do I ever ride cross country? Sadly, that is what most trails are where I live, and I would love to ride faster trails. I don't ride a ton of cross country. I don't mind it, though. My trails are not cross country. Bellingham is all enduro trails. You go up basically a fire road, or you push your bike up in order just to rip down. Oh wow, RC says there were Ritmos all over Moab last weekend. Looks like the Ibis demo truck is running them in their fleet. Great looking bikes. Yeah, Ibis, if they have the HD4s and those Mojos, people are going to demo them like crazy. Would you ever consider getting a bike from one of the big brands, or are you a full local companies? I'm 100% local companies. Specialized, Trek make great bikes. There's a bunch of other companies out there, but there's something special about supporting people that live and breathe and love mountain biking in the cities you're at. That's why I partner with Fanatic. That's why I love Tasco Mountain Bike Company as well. They're not in the Pacific Northwest, but they're a great local company, and the owner, Nate, is a heck of a guy. So when it comes to companies, my heart is to support local companies through and through. And the truth is, guys, let's be honest. If there was one company, one bike company that was truly making the best bikes in the world, and they were, 2 or 3 times better than all the other bikes, then everybody would buy them. And that's just not the case. Every bike has a positive side to it. Every bike has something to offer. And what I found is bike companies make bikes based on where the people are who create them. And nowadays, those lines are getting blurred super heavily. I know people from all over who live in Bellingham that design bikes for different companies. But I found that companies in the Pacific Northwest create great bikes for the riding that I do primarily, and even when I travel. So that was a long response, but yes, I will be buying locally. Even though companies like YT and Canyon, I drool over and love when I see them and desperately want to ride them and would love to buy them. There's just something about supporting people nearby. People said I should get a dirt jump bike. I would love a a dirt jumper bike. All right, guys, so I haven't heard too many questions for you guys. Let's get some more questions on here. I'm trying to think what else I was going to share on the stream. I dropped the big thing that I am going to get a new full suspension bike. But I won't talk about that for a little bit. I'm in the process of working that out. RC from Outdoor Goat said, what about Canfield Bros bikes, Josh? They're awesome bikes. They have great 29ers, 27.5. They look super burly. They look like a Mad Max bike. I love them. Haven't demoed one, but I would love to try one. Someone says, what's your opinion on the Trek Fuel EX? Great bikes. I had one, 2014 Trek Fuel EX 29er, EX829. Too many words. It was a great bike. More cross country, but awesome. Eric from No Front Brakes, who's in Texas, says local companies to me. Chumba, their Stella titanium bike is a super beefy hardtail. And you know what, Eric? That is the kind of bike based on the trails I've seen from you guys, that is the kind of bike I would ride. I would love a super beefy hardtail. All those little jumps you guys have in Rocky Rudy trails, I think it'd be a hoot. Probably might get a little outgunned at times, but that'd be awesome. And Joe from Trail Features nailed it. The best bike is the same as the best fitting shoe. Each person is different. Yeah, that's so true. And if you've ever shopped for a good pair of running shoes, you'll know the best salesman figure out what you do the best and will get you a shoe into what you're doing, and that's the best. Pull Evo Link 140. I rode the Lone Ranger Ryan's Pull 140. Man, I'll just tell you guys. The video will drop on Thursday of me riding the bike. Basically, we're up on U-Line, which is like it's the jump trail everybody loves to ride at Galbraith Mountain here in Bellingham. And so we're up on top. Me, Jordan Boostmaster, Eric from BCPOV, we're about to jump in, and Ryan's like, Josh, don't forget at some point you have to try the pull. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should just take it now. And I said that kind of flippantly, and Ryan's like, okay. And so no joke, Ryan hands me the bike. I'm like, oh gosh, this is a size large of a bike that's ginormous. I'm a size medium on a bike. I was like, this thing's huge. And then before I could think twice, like I thought for like 10 seconds, who is it? The guy Chad, who we found out on the trails jumps, drops in. Jordan Boostmaster drops in. Eric from BCPOV drops in. And I'm like, oh farts. I am now like beelining my butt to go on this trail to follow these guys on a bike I've never ridden that was set up for my weight because me and the Lone Ranger are the same weight, not the same body shape. And I dropped in on that bike and I was scared out of my brains and had a ton of fun. It was awesome. It was totally wicked. So yes, I would consider a bike like that, but it's not local, dude. Yes. Someone says, should I make my hardtail more beefy by adding and flaming more aluminum to increase rigidity? Gosh, if you have the skills to do that, man, that's not my cup of tea, so I can't speak to that. But, I mean, it's an option. It's an option. Guys, don't be afraid to sell a bike and buy a new one. If you can sell a bike and buy another used one, you can save a lot of money. Did I ever say which hardtail I'm getting? Nope. It is from a local company. It is 27.5 wheels. I will be putting on a new fork, new Shimano brakes because they're the best brakes, PNW dropper post and cockpit, and probably some new tires. That doesn't really nail it down. Any hardtail that's an entry-level hardtail that I do that to will be great, but it's a more local company. Magnets keep the Evo Link upright. It's perfectly safe. Yes, indeed. Man, it was fun. I've been thinking, Kevin Couture, good to see you, Kevin, man. I haven't seen you for a while. Been thinking about selling my full suspension and getting a hardtail. Just been riding with my kids a lot, and full suspension seems overkill for it. Man, I would say if your bike isn't broken, don't sell it, and it all depends on the trails you're riding. If you're riding trails that are more conducive to a hardtail, then sure, go for it. For me, I love having both. If I only had one, I would always go with the full suspension just based on the riding I do. If you've seen the riding I do a ton of jumps. I love flying. I love going down super steep technical stuff. And so full suspension just best suits me. Oh, here we go. Some good questions. I'm probably only in the chat for another 9 minutes, so get those questions in if you haven't yet. Not Arda. Oh, Arda says, what do you think about the RockShox Sector RL? It's a fine shock. I think it's 32 millimeter stanchion, so it can be a little weak, especially on a hardtail if you're doing jumps and just repetitive hits, but it's fine. And someone says, no, please get some Hope V4 brakes, mountain bike ride or die. Hopes are too expensive for me, man. I'm cheap as they get. Marin bikes are great. They are super, super great, Steven. All right, so great question from Andreas. Shimano versus SRAM. Everyone gives me a hard time on my YouTube videos because I go, here is a SRAM drivetrain. And people are like, oh, it's not SRAM, it's SRAM. Give me a break. And people, I used to say derailleur, which I still say all the time, but I have to make sure I say derailleur, not derailleur, derailleur. People quit giving me such a hard time for words. So anyway, RockShox versus SRAM, brakes versus drivetrain. My dream bike would be SRAM drivetrain. I would go with a GX Eagle, basically for replacement prices because I break them so much. And for brakes, I would go with Shimano Saints or an XT. They're awesome. And Joe from Trail Feature says, I would highly recommend not modifying your frame. If you're worried about your frame cracking, it may be time to replace it. Please be safe, guys. Yeah, Joe, you're right. And that's why I was like, I'm not even going to speak to that because some people could probably get away with it. I couldn't, so I would not do it. If you could pick your own, oh, Eric, dude, I love your questions. He says, sorry, RC from Outdoor Gold said, Shiramano. That's great. He says, if I could pick my own color palette for a bike, what colors would you pick? Oh gosh, Eric, that is Eric. What's your answer, guys? If you could pick your own color palette for your bike, a primary color of the frame with an accent color, maybe a logo color, what colors would you pick? Eric, I'm curious what you would say. I'll think about my answer while you guys write your answer. Someone says, will I ever go to Alabama for riding? Sure, but there's not a ton of great riding in Alabama. There's great trails, just not as many destination trails like California or Colorado or Utah or BC. I'm thinking. Oh, and JF Ride says Shimano is what's on the new bike. Oh, Shimano. Gosh, I would say someone says all black. Black and orange is by JF Rides. Ooh, James, maybe that's your new bike, dude. Is black and orange. All matte black. Andreas is neon green with neon orange. I like that. Purple and gold, red and black. Turk, which is the Yeti color. Oh gosh, I would say I'm not a customized guy. I want people to pick my colors for me. What's your favorite flannel color? Simple, dude, easy. Oh gosh, that's hard too. I don't know. Okay, I'll go to bike color first. I would say, oh, someone says the same as my DH helmet, which is like a matte green and an orange. Gosh, I there's two things I love bright colors on. One of them is like dope off-road cars. So anytime I see like a bright blue Jeep Wrangler or like a bright orange like Toyota TRD, like Tacoma, I think that's awesome. Along with that, I love bright mountain bike colors. So if I could pick between black or green, I'll always pick green. If I could pick between black and blue for the Evil, which I had to pick between, I'm always going to pick the bright color. So I would say, and if any of you have seen me on the trails, I wear the most ridiculous outfits. I have a Space Cat outfit with like Space Cat socks. I would always go bright, bright, bright colors. So I would not do a pink. I would probably do, I will say, this might be the bike I'm getting. I would say if you look at a brand called Knolly, Knolly Fugitive LT, they are dropping a colorway that is like a bright baby blue with bright orange accents and a white logo. And the second I saw that bike, I said, that is one heck of a good looking bike. Maybe somebody, one of my moderators, can throw a link to that bike so people can go look at it. It's the Knolly Fugitive LT, and it's called like Le Mans Blue. It's so good looking. And I don't know if Eric from No Front Brakes actually answered the question. He said reflective gold frame with a red rear triangle. That would be interesting. Joe says blue base color, but accent colors are up in the air. Joe, I think your blue and red chromate is pretty good looking, man, and you notice it. And RC is like, Knolly, yes. It is not Nolly, it is Knolly. I'm not gonna answer your questions, guys. I'm not telling you what I'm getting. Eli, I don't know how much the Knolly is. Oh, somebody says I'm calling it. Your hardtail is gonna be a chromate. Ooh, well, Andres, you might be disappointed, or you might not. So one of my moderators is going to throw up a link for the Fugitive LT. I'm just going to have to do it myself. All right, guys, any last questions before I head out? Type in and make sure I don't. Oh, when you type in Fugitive LT, it's like an old school movie. I should probably type in Knolly. Hopefully no one has like found this for me. Okay. Here's the link to the bike, you guys. That is the like base color. Oh, somebody did. Thank you, Eric. Eric already did it. Grant, I already answered that question. If I would rather have RockShox or Fox if I had unlimited budget, I would probably go. Oh gosh, depending on, I would go with Fox rear shocks right now and a RockShox forks. That's what I would do. Super chats disabled? No, they are not, Adam. Super chats are how I live, dude. Someone says make a video on budget full suspension bikes. I've been thinking about doing that, Daniel. I think I will. Any trips planned? Yeah, I will end with that question. And no East Coast traveling destination plans, Jonas. Right now, my plan for traveling is, first off, coming up at the end of June. I think my friend, I don't know if he's announced his trip, but there is a YouTuber in California who lives in a place called Auburn, which is in the Sacramento area. Some of you already know who he is. I think he announced his trip. He's doing a camping trip, and I will be joining him at the end of June. So I hope a lot of you guys on here will be going to that as well. I'm pretty stoked on that. Besides that, I'm still hoping to get out to Moab and Utah. Hey, JF Rides. Thank you, James, for the $2 helmet fun mic drop. Appreciate it a ton. And I'm really hoping to get out to Fruita, Colorado, the Denver, Colorado area, and of course, Moab. There's so many awesome YouTubers out there. JF Rides is out there. Outdoor Gold, which is RC, is out there. Shane from The Crashing Dad. Joseph's going to be in that area from Trail Features. I'm probably missing somebody else. Oh, MTB Yum Yum is out there. There's so many good dudes out there, so I can't wait to get out to that area. So hopefully I can be there in the September, October area. I think that's a good time, so we'll see. I should ride with Nate Hills. Yeah, Nate's a pro rider. Don't know if I'm up to Nate's skill. I'd love to ride with him. He actually came to Bellingham less than a year ago, probably 6 months ago, so I don't think he'll be returning anytime soon. What do I think about the Trek Remedy? Trek Remedy is a sweet bike, one of the best deals on the market right now. I had a 2017 Trek Remedy 8. Love, dude. Uh, um, oh, sorry, I can't. Your name is making me drop. Like Dayton is his name. Dayton said, "A University of Washington Mountain Bike Club would love to ride with you." Dayton, I saw 3 of the dudes up at Galbraith. I was already had a ride planned with MLC Adventures, another great channel if you don't know it, and so I couldn't ride with them. But I would love to ride with you guys. Come up here. I'll go down there. We're gonna make that happen. Should I get clipless pedals if I'm doing riding every afternoon? It's not like trail, but I ride around the city and jump things, etc. If you're riding around the city, sure. If you're jumping things, maybe. It's up to you, man. Can you teach me to manual on a bike? I can't teach you anything. I can give you some pointers and you can do it yourself. All right, guys. So I think that's about it. I'm going to shut down the live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I had a ton of fun. And I will end by telling you guys this. When I do sell my Rally, the Tokel 3, with a bunch of upgrades on it, I'm probably going to switch out the fork, but I'm going to keep everything almost the same. Updated cockpit, dropper seat post, brand new tires, updated brakes. I am going to let you guys know. I'm going to price the bike very fairly. Not quite sure what the price is. And any of my subscribers, if you want to buy my Tokel 3, I'm going to give you probably $100 to $200 off the bike. So I do that because I want you guys to be able to buy a good bike. And if I'm selling a bike, I'm not just trying to make money. I would rather lose some money and help somebody get into a great bike. So if any of you are looking for a bike in the next month and really love the idea of getting the Tokel, if you live in the area, it's going to be cheaper. If you want to ship it, it's going to be up in the air. Daniel says, how much for the Rally? Oh, gosh. I'm trying to figure out. It retails for $1,000 with all the upgrades I've made. To buy a bike like that brand new, I mean, with the fork on it right now, to buy a bike like that brand new would be $1,400. I'll probably list it for $700, and I would probably accept from a subscriber $550. That's about what I'm doing right now. If you guys think that's ridiculous, let me know. If you think that's a fair deal, let me know. Some of you might be very excited about buying it. Oh, and Monster Vlogster, good to see you, man. I'm just ending. Yes, sorry, dude. It's great to see you, though, man. Monster Vlogster is in the Seattle area. We have been talking about riding for so long. Such a good guy. We're going to get together soon. All right, I think that's it. But before I log out, one thing I have to let you guys know is if you're in here, however many of you are, go back and look at the other moderators in the channel. I'm going to make sure. Oh, Ryan, the Lone Ranger, good to see you, man. People are asking me earlier about your Evo 140, and I was telling them about riding it down U-line without any kind of like precursor knowledge of me riding it down there and how it was a hoot, and I was scared for my life. So good to see you, man. Anyway, oh, and GPQ is on here too. Awesome. Anyway, someone says, that sounds like a great deal. Yeah, that's the goal. I'm not about ripping people off. I'm not about making a bunch of money. I'm all about getting fair deals to people who need it. So yes, you did miss the stream, Ryan. Don't worry. Anyway, guys, that's about it. Last thing, go back and look at the other moderators on here. All great YouTube channels. Some of them aren't great YouTube channels. They're just great people. Go give them a subscribe. Tell them you love them. Twitchy Nick is one of them who gave me $5. Cheers. Keep up that noggin. Oh, keep that noggin safe. Can't read, man. I'm getting tired. Thank you so much, Twitchy Nick. Thank you to all you guys. You guys mean the world to me. You're the reason I'm here. And the channel keeps growing because of you guys. So thank you so much. All right, you know what time it is. Don't watch too much YouTube, even if it's midnight 30 where you're at, or it's 11:30 or 9:30 here on the Northwest. Don't watch too much YouTube, but go and ride your bike. And make sure you do it. I hope you're saying this in your own household every day so you can get better every single day. Night, guys.